Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. I'm Lama Tashi. We give this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8, and it's recorded and put it on our website, kawaidharma.org. In accessing the Dharma of the Buddhist teachings, what we are performing here is unique in Buddhism. And this uniqueness is called shamanistic Lamaism, or commonly today, Tibetan Buddhism. But what is unique about it, it is stressing actual practice, not just receiving blessings, not just making offerings, not all the general things that Buddhists around the world do, but actually performing the same practices that the lamas have been performing, that were taught by Shakyamuni Buddha, and then refined in Tibet and passed around the globe through this tradition. So it's extraordinary. And in its extraordinariness in these, I will have to say, drastic times of great distraction, people who are practicing are finding that they are bringing themselves to higher and higher states of intelligence that are more appropriate than what is found in the drama world around us. So when we do these practices, know that you've joined a group of thousands of practitioners, lamas, their students, and others, all over the globe. And when you're doing your practice, all of that is part of it, is supporting your practice. And every practice you do, regardless of its simplicity or its extraordinariness, is enforcing every other practice. None are higher or lower than others. They just have different applications according to the individual needs of the practitioner and the special guidance of the Lama. That said, we'll start with the altruistic motivation, which is also extraordinary and only found in the Tibetan tradition. And this motivation is about infiniteness, not restricted, breaking the bounds of the restricted emotional, judgmental involvement that we find ourselves embedded with our body and the world around us. I'll read it in English and chant it in Sanskrit. In order to attain enlightenment, a better word is liberation, for ourselves and all sentient beings, our mothers, we right now, all together, take refuge and when possible, offer other prostrations and beneficial practices. In Sanskrit, Dang Jova Namke Sadam Yampe Semchem Samche Dudine Junte Jisi Jish Si Zhengchu Ningpo Lachi Kibardu. Then we'll chant the refuge prayer of the 6 supports of the 3 jewels and 3 roots. Talden Lama Dampa Nama Chapsu Chio Yedam chokor gilatso nama chaksu. Chio sanje chon dende nama chaksu. Nambe shir nama chaksu shio. Abe gandu nama chaksu shio. Power Kandro Chokyo Sume Sho Visheki Shendam Dempa Nanma Chaksu Chiyo. What we just said is we all go for refuge to all the glorious Lama Gurus. We go for refuge to all the Iras, the deities that we gather in our mandala practice. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all this noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis who are the protectors and defenders of the Dharma. All of these 6 possess the eye of transcending awareness. Then we do the actual practice of bodhicitta, the 6 perfections that are incorporated into all the practice of Tibetan Buddhist tradition. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the 6 bodhisattva discipline, called the 6 perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Sanjay Chodam Chukli Chodam Ba Chenchu Bardu Dagdi Chapsu Dagi Jenso Jipe Sonam Ki Droba Benjur Sanjay Chubar Sho. And that prayer, incorporated into all the practice of Buddhism, is applied both on the relative way of the judgmental mind and all the conflicting emotions that arise in our drama world. So those deal directly as how to transform all of that into something more appropriate. It's kind of like Christmas every day. But these 6 perfections are also applied on the highest level of wisdom awareness. And that is transmitted to the lamas, to the people doing the practice, and then out to every being, not only on this planet, but in the entire universe. That's the wisdom application. That's where we call it the 6th perfection. Generosity is the first. Morality, ethics, and good manners is the second. Patience is the third. Perseverance in practice or diligence is the fourth. Meditative focus, specifically using the imaginary process. And the 6th one takes those 5 right into what we call insight, which is the same as application of your own innate awareness, your own innate Buddha nature, directly connecting to that. And then using these 5 perfections to enhance that in whatever your lifestyle is, whatever your daily activities, whatever your relationships, and so forth. So now we're going to start actual practice with the 3 lights breathing prana yoga practice, and then combine that with the 5 elements healing practice. Now, I must say that these three lights meditation practice are extraordinary breathing techniques taught by all the lamas of Tibetan Buddhism. But what they really are is a transmission of the Lama's three lights, body, speech, and mind, into your situation. And along with that, all the elemental energy of the entire universe. So it's a twofold application. One, the breath. Why do we start with that? Because without it, you go to the next life. And we enhance it in empowerment. Then we use the breath energy to bring healing into our individual situation and then pass it out to the whole universe. And along with that application of healing energy, we incorporate Maha Mudra as space. And we apply that 3 times during the practice. And that's to get you acclimated to the other nature of your consciousness, which is inherent in all of it. So now we start. Hands on the knees or in the lap. Back straight. Head slightly tilted. Mouth closed. Eyes slightly open. Relaxed gaze into the space about 2 feet in front. With these positions, then you simply bring your awareness, which we all have awareness, with your focus and use of the imagination, which we call the picture-making aspect of our consciousness, to the breath. And by doing that, you're increasing its healing energy with every breath. Inhale, white light. All the air energy is the 5 elements into your body, into your lungs. Visualize that. So the air is coming in with the inhale as white light. The extracted energy, which is a spontaneous accomplishment of the body, is visualized as red light passing through every cell in our body, either in a flash or in some cases, extended period. Then you take those 2 energies together, the white and the red symbols, and exhale blue light out your nose to space. And this enhanced breath, with its power that you are generating, goes to every sentient being in the universe as healing energy. Inhale white light, fill your lungs. Red light pass through every cell in your body. Is the middle breath. These 2 gathered together, exhaled is the blue light out your nose to space. I like to visualize the blue sky. 21 breaths. On the 21st breath, take your focus off the breathing and gather the three lights, white, red, and blue, and create a tiny particle of light in your heart chakra in the central channel of your life force, called the Uma. By doing this, you are connecting directly with that point of light called a Bindu, centered in your heart chakra, to the infinite light, healing light of boundless space. That's Mahamudra. Relax, be present, and enjoy it. Simply contemplate space. Then moving from the what's called the all ground of space, with your imagination, again create the particle and imagine it to go into a tiny sphere of clear light. In this way, you move from that dimension into this world, this three-dimensional world. Then holding your focus on the small sphere, imagine it to grow into a small white sphere as a symbol of space, about the size of your thumbnail, in your heart chakra. This is the mother element. Earth, water, fire, air, and space cannot exist separately, but can be applied with this practice to counter the effects of ill health. Focusing on that white sphere, the symbol labeled space, bring it out in front of your chest and up before your eyes, 2 feet in front. Space inhabiting space. Then with your imagination and focus together, imagine it to grow in size to a large sphere of energy that you give yourself plenty of room to see yourself as you are, sitting inside, receiving the full compliments of all the elements, but in this application, the healing energy of space itself, which supports all life force in the entire universe. It is the nature of everything. Then keeping focus and imagination together, expanded in size to completely enclose about a 50-mile radius or diameter of where you are meditating. And yes, that 50 miles can extend not only in the four directions, but into the sky above and down into the earth below you. Then with imagination and focus together, expanded in size to completely enclose Mother Earth, which it does, including her atmosphere. All the elements are the mother principle, and they are universal and timeless. Next, expand this symbol of the white sphere space to completely enclose our solar system. Billions of miles in every direction. Next, imagine it to grow to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy, 100,000 light years in diameter. Then move beyond the bounds of conceptual mind and merge space with space. To actualize this, simply relax in the present moment and contemplate space. Your natural mind, the symbol, and the element are inseparable. Then move from that infinite dimension by again visualizing the white sphere labeled space to enclose the galaxy. Refine it or shrink it to just enclosing the solar system. Shrink its focus to just enclosing Mother Earth. In a large area where you're doing this practice, city, town, island, your area of practice. Then reduce it even further to just enclose your physical body in the white sphere of space. Just as you are, receiving the full life support, healing energy, in infinite proportion to treat causal and symptomatic dis-ease. Then finish the practice by returning the symbol to its original small size to 2 feet in front of your eye. Drop it to chest level and bring it into your heart chakra, your heart mind of kindness and compassion. Shrink it in size to a tiny particle of light, and again relax in the space of Mahamudra by simply being present and keeping your mind to that infinite position. The past is gone, the future hasn't happened yet, and the present doesn't exist. Relax. In the infinite bliss beyond joy. There is no perceive or perceiver. So wherever you have attachment to that arises, let it go. There's no advice more powerful than this in healing. Finish the session and simply bring your awareness to in front of your eyes and spread it into your area of practice. Then dedicate the merit that all sentient beings have as much fun with this practice as we are. That was mixing insight with the other 5 Bodhisattva training in the most simplest method as a transmission passed on by Kala Rinpoche to his students all over the world. Four immeasurable wishes that result from bodhicitta, relative and ultimate bodhicitta, is that we have altruistic compassion equally applied to all sentient beings, with the wish to free them from suffering. That's called metta. And when we apply this, that's called karuna. When we apply this with loving kindness, it's unconditional loving kindness. And that's called metta. With these two together in practice, regardless of our own condition or situation, we apply this equally to all sentient beings to reach the state of ultimate bliss, natural mind. That's called mudita. And we do those three so that they can release themselves. They can release themselves from all the conflicting emotions, attachment, aversion, pride, jealousy, stupidity, bewilderment, ignorance, fear, anxiety, depression, 84,000 conflicting emotions disappear. Just with those four applications. May all beings be happy, free of suffering, established in highest bliss and equanimity. And that becomes the basis of the path of skillful means, only taught by Tibetan Lamas and passed on to their students in trainings for them to teach their friends, relatives, lovers, associates, even their enemies, maybe just by setting a good example. When you enter into the path of skillful means, you receive the transmission from a Lama based on all the sutras which is the mind training program that takes you out of the Hindu, Hinayana path of self-fixing, which really never works, into the Mahayana path, which takes you directly in connection with your own natural mind, Buddha nature. The word Buddha is a made-up word. Buddha was never a Buddha. But it simply means to become mature in the human condition. And only we humans can do that. So we entered into the sutra, the Hinayana moves to the Mahayana, and evolves into the Vajrayana, indestructible, irreversible aspect of your own consciousness as a mature human being. And when you attain that, incorporated along with the sutra tradition are the teachings on voidness, which we call the Tantrayana, which allows you to do what we just did with the healing energy. Open your mind to infinite applications. Its all-pervasive nature is called the Dharma vehicle, Dharmakaya. It is that way already. And then with the guidance of the Lama, the Mahayana and Vajrayana become the deities of the sutra tradition. So the Dharmakaya and the sutra becomes the Sambhogakaya bliss energy. That's your natural heart energy of kindness, compassion, and so forth. Symbolized by the yidams, the ones that carry the Buddha's energy into Buddha action, Dakinis and Dharmapala. And with those two, the Dharmakaya and the Sambhogakaya, those two vehicles working together, one becomes the Nirmanakaya of loving kindness, compassion, power, and insight, extended as healing energy like the sun does for our solar system, everywhere, unobstructed. That's the fun. So we're going to do that. And since we are finding ourselves in the world today under extremely climatic and dramatic conditions that are affecting each and every one of us and the whole animal world and rivaling the spirit world, we're again going to do the practice of Padmasambhava using the seed syllable mantra and visualization of the reincarnated Buddha who brought the teachings to all the Himalayan mountain people along the Indian border from Kashmir, Afghanistan, all the way to Bhutan. And in the process, jumped over the mountains into Tibet. And with the guidance of the King Tricendection and the assistance of the Dakini, Yeshe Soygal, his consort, established it in the wilds of Tibet, Mongolia, Eastern China, and Western Tibet. And eventually, the planet. And because it's so powerful, we use this Padmasambhava practice to bring all the energy programs into play. Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. Peaceful and protector deities and Dakinis to the practitioner to deal with the calamities that each and every one of us are experiencing today. Sit with your back straight. We'll give the empowerment. This is Chenrezig. Om Ahum. So again, we're going to start with the breath. To incorporate not only the color code of the Hinayana practice we did of the 5 elements, but also the color code of the Sambhogakaya and Dharmakaya, Yamanakaya, mind of the Lama into your situation. To enhance your body, speech, and mind to become the body, speech, and mind of an emotionally disciplined and mature human. And then with the results of that, next life same. Oh, you don't have to read the Tibetan Book of the Dead or any of that. Relax. You will never again take rebirth in any of the 6 realms of emotional criteria in the future. Gone, disappeared, invisible. You change the program and move beyond the concepts of your own mind. Visualize the Lama in front, and that Lama in front can be a man or woman of one of your teachers. You decide. But here sits a virtual Lama. Visualize that from the forehead of the Lama, white light enters your life with the transmission to be the deity of whatever practice. In this case, Padmasambhava and his retinue. That white light enters into your head carrying that transmission and the power of it. Then from the Lama's throat, red light emanates to your throat, carrying the power and transmission of the seed syllable and mantra. Then blue light enters from the Lama's heart chakra to your chakra, carrying the power of wisdom. Wisdom is just higher intelligence than is possible in worldly matters. With these 3 lights, you can visualize the white Om in a sphere in your head, the red Ah in a sphere in your throat, and the blue Hum in a sphere in your heart chakra. This is what they look like in Sanskrit. Then you gather these 3 lights. When the Lama melts into you, you receive the transmission of realization, conviction that this works. There's nothing beyond it, and that it's timeless. Because our nature is timeless. We don't have a beginning, we don't have a middle, we don't have an end. As the Lama enters into you, the 3 lights establish their own Ah and Hum. Then you see the white light of the Om move down the central channel of your Om into the red Ah. This is Tantra. Those 2 in union join the Hum and the heart chakra. Now you accomplish the body, speech, and mind of the Lama with infinite healing potential applied to infinite sentient beings in infinite universes. There's no center or boundary. You're liberating yourself on the moment that realization becomes everything. Now you, as the Lama with the seed-syllable home, this home, the same home, become Padmasambhava. He's dressed in robes of the Lama with what we call the Vajra hat, with the Vajra sitting up out of the top. He's holding a trident staff with a Vajra handle down into his hand, and he's also holding a skull cup with a bupa, empowerment vase, which you just received that empowerment. In his right hand, a Vajra. He's sitting on a lotus sun and moon disk, which symbolizes he's taking birth through a Dakini mother in the human condition, which he did. And it was an area called Kashmir, Odiyana, on the border of different countries. And by the time he was 8 in training, he gained full realization and power of this healing energy. And this prayer is called the 7-line prayer to Padmasambhava. Here's another picture of him. And he's also wearing different ornaments, but this is 108 petal lotus. And then when you use this with your chakra energy centers, the lotus have different numbers for that particular energy center. But this is all of them in one. And he's circled by 5 colored light, which extends universally. It's the healing energy of the 5 Dhyana Buddhas and the 5 elemental energies of the Dakini. Then you chant the 7-line prayer. Now this 7-line prayer chanted could be done many, many times as a practice. That's what they did in Tibet. Home. Padmasambhava, born in the west land of Kashmir, called Odiyana, on the pollen bed of a lotus stem to a Dakini mother. Wondrously you attain supreme accomplishment. You, renowned as a lotus born, are surrounded by an infinite retinue of Dakinis, Bodhisattva Dakinis, filling the sky. Following after you, I will perfect myself. Please come, I pray, bestow your blessings. Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. As many times as you say that prayer, you're establishing yourself as Padmasambhava with the home in your seat soul, completely surrounded by beautiful and wrathful female Dakini. And they fulfill your wishes, protect you from yourself and others, the self being the worst enemy, and others causing trouble and destruction. Then once you establish this heartfelt prayer, the home appears in the heart chakra surrounded by his mantra. We'll say the mantra 108 times. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padmasambhava Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Guru Rinpoche Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi 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 Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi. Your Padmasambhava, the whom is circled by this mantra. These symbols are facing outward inside a 5-color sphere of light, and the action is they move to the right as you chant the mantra, blasting energy through your every nadi in your body, 84,000 energy channel, blasting through you to all the 6 realms, liberating all the heaven, hell, and in between realms, spirit, animal world, human world, liberating of conflicting emotions and judgmental mind. Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi 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 Om Ahum Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum 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 Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om 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 Pema Siddhi Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om 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 Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Om. Now with this chanting of Guru Rinpoche, liberating all the realms, you don't have to project Guru Rinpoche to the realms. He's already doing that. But with this Om Ah Hum, your body, speech, and mind is now the body, speech, and mind of the Buddha, mind, Padmasambhava, which is unlimited and has unlimited application. And since you have received the empowerment and incorporating the Dakinis as the 5 Dhyana Buddha's energy to produce what's appropriate individually for you and collectively for everybody, the Dakinis give the empowerment. And it's applied like this. Homage to the Guru, Padma Siddhi, Shri. You sons and daughters on meeting me, your Lama Guru, have now received the 4 empowerments to the strengths of merits gathered in infinite past lives as a practitioner. Do not be distracted from the rhythm of this fourfold joy which is supplied physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually through your body, speech, and mind and guidance of the teacher. When you incorporate this mandala of me, your mother, the infinite Dakinis of space, are surrounding you, and powerful lust arises when experiencing them in your mind. Through this desire and yearning, you're receiving the base empowerment as a remedy, which is being Padmasambhava. Experiencing the nature of desire, simply mingle it with the deity of this generation stage of practice, which is Padmasambhava, which is the so-called Yidam deity and nothing else. Meditate upon your lusts, my sons and daughters, as the very body of the deity is the antidote to their painful repercussions. With space, you receive the mandala of your mother, the Dakinis, and being joined, your subtle channels tremble with great bliss, each in one charged to the max. And the anger in your mind is stilled with unconditional love as it is born through this empowerment. And by the strength of this empowerment, in the secret you have gained through experience of practice, the nature of joy itself, hold it for a moment and blend it with the subtle winds. This is Mahamudra, nothing else. You experience, my sons and daughters, the supreme joy of great bliss and compassion. Joining with the blissful channels of myself, the Mother Dakinis, roused by the helpless laboring of instinct, simply mingle that with my mind and your mind, inseparable or as one. Hold the nature of the bliss unwavering. Mingle it with emptiness. At that moment, the spotless state of voidness bliss, called Mahamudra or Dzogchen, is nothing else. In experiencing this, my sons and daughters, this is the great joy of compassion and bliss together. Finally, joining with the blissful channel of myself, the infinite Dakinis of your own mind, the ultimate mothers, if you do not lose but keep your bodhicitta, the dualistic sense of self and others ceases with that application. Through this primordial wisdom, you obtain empowerment of the awareness power of all 5 Dhyana Buddhas and all the 1,000 deities of the mind of the Guru. Through this primordial wisdom, you attain the wisdom of awareness's highest power and intelligence how to use it. In the midst of your perceptions, preserve the uncontrived simplicity of mind, the instant moment of voidness. Mix your pleasure with this voidness. This is called Dzogchen, Chen, the great perfection, Mahamudra, the great perfection, the middle way, and many other things. But none of them tell you what they are. This and nothing else is experienced as your natural mind. All my sons and daughters, please blend with co-emergent bliss and joy that exceeds the natural joy of body, speech, and mind. How utter sublime this teaching is, what wonderful liberation comes from merely hearing it. The 4 empowerments are attained at once, but by this fourfold transmission of joy as bliss, accomplishment is ripened and realization appear. Now we're going to do the empowerment of the Bliss Dakini, Yeshe Sogyal, as Papas and Papas consort, who guides all of the Dakinis of the past, present, and future, and it says the realization of all the Buddhas of the 3 times to you. So we say this mantra. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Yeshe Suprema Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajragu Vimadagini Shishaya Sedi Om Ahum Vajragu Vimadagini Shishaya Sedi Om Vajragu Vimadagini Shishaya Sedi Om Vajragu Vimadagini Shishaya Sedi Om Ahum Vajragu Vimadagini Shishaya Sedi Om Jesus. Shagasari Om Vajragu Vimadagini 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 Shagasari Vimadagini Shagasari Om Vajragu 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 Vimadagini Shagasari Om Vimadagini Shagasari Om Vajragu 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 Vimadagini Shagasari Om Namo Vajraguru Vimadati Nishe Soya Seni Om Be Totring Sal Vajra Samaya Sarva Siddhi Pala Om Ah then arising from the void state of the accomplishments stage of this tantric practice, you again invent the yidam mind. It can be Baba Sambhava, Yeshe Soigo, or any of the peaceful or protector deities. We dedicate that the virtue of this practice, all sentient beings attain the level of Mahamudra enlightenment and maturity in the human condition. Now, this same home is the home of the medicine Buddha. It's the home of many, many different deities. There are 5 Dhyana Buddha symbols. This is the one that is called the mirror-like wisdom of integration. Simply put, that means there's no such thing as separation on any level, in any situation. Everything is karmically and naturally integrated into everything else, and everyone else's activity is integrated into that same situation. So the home means that all of the teachings of the Buddha, Shakyamuni, and all of the lineages of Tibetan Buddhism, all the Lama teacher gurus, are valid. In this Rinpoche tradition, there's no such thing as sectarianism. We don't do that. This is not a religion. This is a healing program, and it comes under the symbol of the medicine Buddha. And the medicine Buddha covers all the Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. Not only the lineages, but all of the practices. But specifically, the medicine Buddha is the ultimate healing energy of one's own mind, so that whatever is appropriate will arise with the medicine Buddha practice. Specifically, it's an 8-fold application. The Dharma Wheel is the 8-petal lotus that the Buddha, medicine Buddha, sits on. And this 8-petal lotus, the center of it, of the wheel, indicates desire, lust, attachment, ignorance as the cause, along with other 84,000 afflictions. And then from that, 8 spokes come out in 8 directions to connect to the universal application and the universal situation that we all find ourselves in of pain and suffering. Now, this 8-fold situation of pain and suffering is first of all caused by not applying the 5 Dhyana Buddhas to the emotional, judgmental program of the drama mind, which we all have. So you have attachment, aversion, pride, jealousy, ignorance. Those 5 are covered by the 5 Dhyana Buddhas, sitting on 5 of these 5 and 5 around the medicine Buddha. So he's sitting on an 8-petal lotus, and these are 5 are around one side. Then the last 3 spokes of the 8-spoke wheel or the lotus, cover the worldly applications of people harming others with curses and hexes, witchcraft, Hinduism, Christianity, all forms of religion are also covered by this as people practicing those religions with the wrong intent, with harmful intentions. And that is the situation of the world today. And then finally, the spirit world is riled, so the spirit world is in total agitation with the human condition and causing us great calamities and diseases, famine, drought, environmental destruction, all of that. So those 8, the medicine Buddha is erasing. Like you got this nice, clean, mirror-like mind, like a mirror, and you have this cloth called the medicine Buddha, and you're cleaning all that dust off the mirror so you can see yourself as you really are. A loving, kind, considerate, compassionate, powerful human being. We'll put that behind the whom. Now think of your own situation and all the fear, anxiety, depression you have about the situation of your body and all the ways it can be harmed. You have all this fear, oh, this and that can happen, oh, this is happening, and so forth. It's an illusion. And you have to remember the medicine Buddha is an illusory deity. But the power of the medicine Buddha is your own heart, mind, and your own connection to the infinite number of people, past, present, future, that do the medicine Buddha practices, sutras, tantras, Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, all of that. And then incorporate the Dakas and Dakinis and Dharmapalas to do the cleaning. No belief necessary. This is not dogmatic. This is not based on made up stuff. But at the same time, it's applied illusory to the illusory mind that's causing the pain and suffering. So you start to adjust your program. And that's internalizing into your heart, mind, the whom, the mantra of the medicine Buddha, Tadyata Om Vikansi Vikansi Maha Vikansi Rajda Samagati Soha, circling the home with 5-colored light, and it blazing through your 32,000 nadis, 84,000 nadi channels of energy, and at the same time incorporating the 32 major and 84 marks of maturity, qualities, applications. So sit with your back straight, eyes in front, mouth closed, hands on your knees, comfortable or in your lap, head slightly tilted. eyes half open, gazing to the space in front. See light go out from the home in your heart, which was established with Padmasambhava practice, to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, past, present, and future, and all the lineage masters, male and female, and bringing in their empowering energy into your situation, into the home in your heart center. Then the three body, speech, and mind of the Lama as the medicine Buddha melts into you, and these three lights become the Om in the central channel, Om in the head, in the throat, Om in the heart. They all come down the central channel into the home, and you become what you really are. Sanjay Mendla, the infinite power of loving kindness, compassion as a mature human being, symbolized by the medicine Buddha in blue, sitting on a lotus sun and moon disk on a lion throne, with the cross Vajra is draped below him, and the five Dhyana lights as the front five petals, and the three back ones are the protection against the outer world influences that cause pain and suffering. He's holding a medicine bowl in his lap. That's the elixir of the wisdom mind, go out to everyone. And he holds in his right hand the Myra ball and fruit that heals all the calamities of the physical body. So these two applications of the medicine Buddha is treating the cause along with the symptoms simultaneously. And symptomatic medicine, iffy. Look at the situation we find in North America today. Causal medicine cuts the root of all pain and suffering of the judgmental mind, and establishes the non-judgmental mind as the medicine Buddha. So focus on the hung in your heart center. We'll chant the mantra which circles the hung clockwise. It's stationary. The letters face outward. It pervades all the 6 realms of samsara and liberates all the animals, humans, and spirits in the entire universe into the Dewa Chen, mind of the Bodhisattva. See the Hong energy through every channel in your body. Spheres of 5-colored light blazing outward through space. You, the medicine Buddha. Tadyatha, gathering all the wisdom energy. Om, the energy of the universe into you. Blue, applied to the body. Bikanzi, blue, applied to the speech, wisdom speech, Bikanzi. Maha Bikanzi, applied to the mind, highest wisdom nature for healing. as the medicine Buddha. And these three Bhikkhunis become Rasda, infinite healing potential, Samungati, into the mind of voidness, Soha, always increasing, infinitely applied, no one left out. Tadyato Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vajna Samagati Soha. 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 Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vajna Samagati Soha. Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vajna Samagati Soha. Tadyato Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vajna Samagati Soha. Tadyato Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vajna Samagati Soha. Tadyato Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vajna Samagati Soha. Now whisper the mantra. Tadyato Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vajna Samagati Soha. 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 So the blue symbolizes the wisdom of the sky as voidness through your body, speech, and mind. And these three together, working with the illusory seed level mantra and visualization, creating this mandala to be infinitely applied, no one left out, in all 6 realms, the 4 of the spirit world, and wherever animal and humans take birth on planet. Free of any form of pain and suffering, liberated into the natural highest intelligence of loving kindness and compassion, the mind of the Guru. Tadyadom Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vasa Samagati Soha. Tadyadom Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vasa Samagati Soha. Tadyadom Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vasa Samagati Soha. Om Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vasa Samagati Soha. Tadyadom Vikanji 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 Vasa Samagati Soha. Tadyadom Om Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vasa Samagati Soha. Samagati, beyond everything. Voidness, complete liberation. Soha, applied in timeless awareness to everyone existing in space. Tadyadom Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vasa Samagati Soha. 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 Tadyadom Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vasa Samagati Soha. Tadyadom Vikanji 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 Vikanji Maha Vikanji Vasa Samagati Soha. Maha Vikanji Vasa Samagati Soha. Tadyadom Vikanji Vikanji Maha Vikanji Then you visualize the medicine Buddha in front, incorporating all the lamas, all the Buddhas, all Bodhisattvas into one universal symbol of healing. Then, in your four directions are the four dakinis of the elements. In the front is the blue dakini. On the right is the gold dakini. Behind you is the red dakini. And on your left, the green dakini, each holding a medicine we call Bumpa, the empowerment base. And the medicine Buddha in front, as you say the mantra, the healing energy of Sanjay Mendela, from the bowl of the medicine Buddha, fills the vases, the healing vases of the four dakinis. They're standing. They overflow and come into the top of your Uma channel and fill you with wisdom elixir, so that all 84,000 nadis, the bliss energy of your body, transform as you say the mantra. So you visualize the medicine bowl overflows, into the four Dakinis bases, into you. You fill up with the nectar. Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Rasa Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Rasa Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Rasa Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Rasa Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Rasa Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Rasa Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Rasa Samagati Soha. This medicine elixir filling your body treats the causes and the symptoms of all sickness and disease. So as you fill with this, it overflows and goes out to infinite sentient being, healing them the same way it's healing you. And you can think of your own personal afflictions being healed. And then those of relatives, friends, lovers, individually being healed. The Dakini's energy goes indiscriminately to whoever and whatever situation needs healing symptomatically and treat the causes of the judgmental minds, afflictions, tendencies, harmful tendencies, all purify. Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Raja Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Raja Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Raja Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Raja Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Raja Samagati Soha Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Then you visualize the four Dakinis become the infinite Dakinis of healing energy. And you, Medicine Buddha, and the image in front become one. You disappear into the heart mantra. Tadyata Om Bikanji Bikanji Maha Bikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Syllable by syllable disappears into the home. The home in a five-colored sphere of light energy shrinks to a tiny particle of light in your heart center and merges with the boundless light of infinite space as bliss, voidness, no perceived or perceiver, no subject, no object, no activity. Relax in the present in this state. Then from this state of healing awareness, you become your yidam. All sound becomes the mantra, and all sentient beings become the deity, your choice. The seed cell keeps you connected 24/7 to the universe, just as it is, in harmony. Boom. Hewa di nirdu da, chavya chambo jupene, jowa shinking malu pa, te sala go parsho, Sanjay Kusa Nimpai Jim Ladam, Choni Maker Dimpai Jim Ladam, Bendu Miche Dimpai Jim Laki, Chitar Om Nam Jupar Sho. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra Dzogchen, may every being be established in that state. With the blessings of the three bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, by the blessings of the wishes of us and all the Sangha being unwavering, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled. May all the Lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and may their wishes be fulfilled. May all sentient beings be free of suffering, established in happiness, and through our practice, highest bliss. No attachment, no aversion, no pride, no jealousy, no anger, no fear, no anger, no depression. Liberated. Duchi Se, Sayonara.